Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. Chris is going to be taking a look at a product from Federal Signal. It happens to be a highlighter in the highlighter family. Now there are in fact two variances that Chris will be looking at over at the workbench here at SIRENNET Television. One of them happens to be an amber version with an amber dome, and the other one happens to be an amber version with a clear dome. So he will probably explain a little bit more about this anomaly. Take it away, Chris.
Thank you, Stuart, and thank you for joining us here at SIRENNET Television. From Federal Signal, we are proud to offer you the Highlighter LED Mini Bar. It is available in two different versions, so when it comes to lighting up your public works, utility, or construction vehicle, you can pick between two different formats for this mini bar. It is amber diodes on the internals, and there's a total of 26 diodes, offering a wonderful 360-degree output on the highlighter. Depending on the cosmetics, you can opt for a amber, so color match dome, or a clear dome. Between the two, the part number is going to differ. So 45410HLAA for the amber on amber version, so again amber dome, amber diodes inside, or the AC, which ends in the part number 25, so amber diodes, clear outer dome. So again, the 02 and the 25. So just make sure to pay attention when you're ordering to the part number you're selecting on the drop-down. They're available in only a permanent mount, so very straightforward when it comes to putting these onto your vehicle. Two wires, lead, ground, so tie this into a switch or control box of your choosing. When it comes to mounting these mini bars up, you will take advantage of mounting holes in the basin of the mini bar, and also included along with them is a little installation kit, so connectors for the wiring here, a grommet to run your wiring harness through the vehicle's roof surface if that's where this is going, and then also 4 mounting screws. So that will let you affix the mini bar onto the mounting surface. But if the hardware that comes along with this just isn't long enough or quite to your choosing, go ahead, feel free to substitute as needed. And included along with the mini bar to act as a spacer between the bar and the vehicle surface, there is the gray foam gasket spacer. So that'll affix onto the mini bar basin, so it's part of the installation process. When it comes to the mini bar itself, you'll notice that the wiring harness actually is able to go through the bar in a notch in the polycarbonate basin. So again, when it mounts, it'll allow the harness to come from the side if needed, and then you don't have any pinching or binding. So you don't have to worry about anything when it comes to the wiring process. When it comes to changing the flash patterns on these highlighters, it is a bit different than, well, I'm used to seeing, and from what you're used to seeing as well, possibly. You've noticed that it is a 2-wire system, so that it's lacking a dedicated trigger wire for flash pattern adjustment. But the highlighter does offer a total of 19 adjustable patterns, so there is solid flashing and split flashing, as well as some other unique patterns. When it comes to changing the flash pattern, on the top of the mini bar, there is actually a very trick magnetic sensor. So if you take a magnet of your choosing, it doesn't come with one out of the package, so you'll need to make sure to grab a magnet. When the mini bar is on and flashing away, so we'll use this one for example, we'll take the magnet selector hole, take a magnet, and place it over the magnetic selector. Leave it down for a quick second, take it away, and that will do a one-time flash pattern advancement. So then when the mini bar, back to off, back to on, retains the flash pattern it was set to. So again, take a magnet, put it over the magnet selector, and then flash pattern adjustment. So we'll just go ahead, do the process, go through a few different patterns that the highlighters can offer for you. After all, Federal Signal has done some really trick internals to create the nice bright pop that this mini bar offers. It's also a Class 1. So what Federal Signal has done is they have actually taken the diodes and they have mounted them in the top panel of the mini bar. So they actually fire downward rather than upward or outward like we're used to seeing with some other products. They have then done a stepping internally on the reflector that is then curved and dished down. So top firing diodes go into the steps of the reflector and then curve down and outward. So it allows the diodes to fill up the minibar, nice and even, 360-degree output, and then it intensifies the power beam. So it has a really nice blast through the main optic focal point on the vehicle. So we'll go ahead, turn on the amber interior, clear outer dome version. Then you'll also notice in the domes themselves, they are a non-optic. So again, with the curve on the internal reflector and the stepping, that takes care of the optics. So it's actually done on the interior of the light bar. So for connecting it to your electrical system, black to your ground, power to the mini bar as well, and there you have it. So in this case, it is just set onto a steady burn. So actually, if you wanted to synchronize multiple highlighters, set it to steady burn, use an auxiliary flasher. So then that can let them go back and forth simultaneously or together simultaneously. Again, to adjust the pattern, little magnet, and there you have it, flashing away nice and brightly. Go ahead, do another pattern change. And one more here. So again, as you can see, different sections of the diodes on the interior allowing for different flash pattern displays with the interior module. So again, a total of 19. So go ahead now, turn on both of them so you can get an idea between the clear dome and the amber dome variances. So again, steady burn on this version here. And then back to flashing it goes. So there you have it, a wonderful amber mini LED light bar from Federal Signal. We're proud to offer it to you here on SIRENNET. It is the highlighter, amber, clear amber. You can go ahead and select at the time of ordering. I'm Chris. Thanks for joining us here. Back to you, Stuart.
Chris and his clear and amber domes on a Federal Signal highlighter. Thanks a million, Chris. Greatly appreciate that video. I'm Stuart, and I do appreciate you watching SIRENNET Television. Thanks for watching.